Well, hello everyone.
Hey, welcome and welcome back.
Yes, TCS, Everyday Psychics. Or the Conscious Spirit Podcast.
The Conscious Spirit
I
Podcast,
went to say the Conscious Spirit Podcast and TCS came out, which,
which
I
is
mean, it is.
exactly what
Yes,
TCS is
yes,
the conscious spirit.
yes. And it's what we call it.
It's
So,
what we preach, right?
hey, welcome to TCS. There you go.
Yeah.
Yes. For anyone new, I'm Pam.
I'm Mari-Lyn. Very grateful that you've joined us
Yes.
today.
Um,
Yeah.
so, in our podcast last week, toward
Mhm.
the end, might have been right at the end.
I think it was like at the end, spur of the moment.
Yes, we
Thing,
asked
yeah.
for people's questions. What would you like us to answer? On our other channel, we do Q&As all the time. Not all the time, but we certainly do a couple a year. We try.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so we thought, well, let's do it here too. And
Yeah.
we got one question.
One question.
Yes. So
Yeah.
we're going to answer
We're
that question.
going to answer that one question.
Yep, and it's a good one. I don't remember the exact question, and forgive me, I don't remember who asked it. I did
She'll
not
pull
write
it up.
that down. We should probably give her some credit for that. As Mari-Lyn looks that up, I hope,
Yeah, we'll pull that up.
yes. Hope you all are having a wonderful day and your weekend was wonderful. Mine was. As you all know, I'm a grandma again, and I got to spend time with him and his older brother, of course, because he and I are buds. And it was so beautiful. The weather's kind of turning, but we had a gorgeous week. Holy cow. It was warm and sunny
So
and
wonderful.
like shorts and sandals weather. And now it's back to no jeans and maybe a long sleeve t-shirt, something like that. Looks like Mari-Lyn's having a hard time finding that.
I am. Here it is.
Oh,
I found it.
Yay! Yeah,
The question was given by Peeps 66.
that's right.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, Peeps 66 says, I would like to ask about what I've heard some other mediums and people who have had NDEs, near-death experiences, right?
Mm-hmm.
They have said that there are unemployed angels out there.
Mm-hmm.
If this isn't true, then I guess this is the end of the question. If it is true, why are they unemployed? What is it that I or we don't know about that we can ask them to help with?
It's really a great question.
It is.
Yes. And it also brings up for me, it kind of brings up too the difference between a guide, a guardian, and an angel. And we can go into that as well.
Yes.
But
I'm going to admit, when I first read it, I went, unemployed angel, the silly things people say.
Yes. And I'm still going to say that. But
as soon as I said it, I went, oh.
Right. I mean, it makes sense, right? They don't have anything to do. They're waiting for us to talk to them. However, they're not unemployed. They have a job.
They do have a job.
They have a big job.
They just need an invitation to do it.
Yes. Yes. Yep. It's not like they're all standing around the water cooler drinking water or at the coffee shop drinking coffee waiting for someone to hire them. They all have jobs. However, they are always for me, that unemployed part is from us, that we're not asking them to do more. We're not calling and asking.
Exactly. I just got a vision of them standing around a water cooler and going, yeah, any minute now, I just know she's going to ask me to come in. I just know it.
And do you remember what so-and-so asked me to do last week? Could you really? She waited this long. I have been trying to get her to ask me for years. And she, Yes. Although
Oh.
that sounds more like our guides. That would be more of our what our guides would do, but
Hmm.
yes. So
Yeah.
it's a funny term, and I understand the term, and yes, they're out there.
Yep. And I like the way you put that too. Unemployed on our part.
Yes,
Hmm.
yes.
Yeah.
They
Because
have a
when I
job.
first read it, I read it the other way around. Well, like there's angels who have been outcast.
Yes, yes, that's the first way I took that too, and I went, no,
No. But then once again, from the human perspective,
right.
we throw them away or ignore them or
Yes, yes.
but always
We
there,
ignore them is what we do. We just,
always there, always wanting
yes.
us to open ourselves up to
Yeah.
their love, their support,
Yep. And
their encouragement.
that's really what they're that's enough. Like it doesn't always have to be, okay, I'm calling on my angel because I want to send someone something, or I have this intention, I want it to be sent out there into the world, whatever. Those
Right.
are wonderful things too. But just being in love gives that angel something to do,
Hmm.
because they're messengers of God. And it's all about, yes, there's a look.
Um, just in the past couple of days,
Mhm.
I have put a couple of angels out of a job
Oh, by not asking them for things
by
or staying out of love.
not being in gratitude,
Ah, yes.
by not being
Mhm.
um in my highest vibration.
Yes.
Yeah.
And another thing too is also with, oh, sorry everyone, my
Oh,
hair
excuse
is
me.
driving me insane. I need a haircut, and I always play with my hair a lot because the the energy that we're in always makes my head itch and stuff, especially when we do paranormal stuff.
Yes.
But so I play with it a lot because of that, because
Hmm.
it's bothersome. Like you can feel every hair, but now I need a haircut too, so it's doubly.
And you put on top of that the weather that we are having
Yes.
today doesn't help.
No, it doesn't help at
It
all.
doesn't help. No.
So, yes, they are messengers. That's the way I see them. I see them as messengers coming and going. They're bringing me messages, I'm sending out messages, but more for me, the way I interpret them and use them is I send out intentions with them. And if any of you have done my last Fred's meds, it's about that, about sending your intentions out with angels to do the job that they're here to do. But they are different than guides and guardians. Yes, what were you going to say?
Hmm. Well, it just dawned on me. I haven't done the most recent one.
Oh, mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Well,
Hmm. Hmm.
all right, when it's time. And that's what we always tell people anyway,
Hmm.
right? Is when it's time, you will find it, or you'll flash on it. Oh, I need to do a Fred's meds. And then you'll go through and that'll be the one.
Hmm.
Yes.
Hmm. I do remember sitting at the hospital. My husband had um, surgery this past week. I do remember sitting there thinking about it, and then the surgeon walked by and went, "Oh."
Oh, took your attention away. Yes. Yes.
So
It's
yeah,
all right. It's a short one. It's a good one. It's just about setting your intention and creating that pathway for the energy to flow both ways to create whatever it is that you're creating. Not
yeah,
quite manifesting, but yes.
yeah. Sounds beautiful.
So angels, if you want to call them unemployed, you can. They are always just standing. So are our guides, just standing around waiting for you to ask them to do something for you. That's what they're there for. That's what they do. Now,
Yeah.
guides, we have a much more personal relationship with. Our guides hold our plan for this lifetime. They know all the ins and outs and what's going on. We talk to them. You can talk to your angels too. Don't misunderstand me, please. But but a guide is more of a conversationalist, and they have the rule book. They have the, they know everything that's going on in this lifetime. Angels are outside of that, willing to help with anything that you need, but they don't, and they sort of have their own universal law that they work with, and that's not necessarily personal to you, if that makes sense. That's what's coming through anyway. They're showing me this. The guides are the inner circle, your angels are a circle out, and then there's guardians too, but we don't have to.
Yeah, that's a whole nother.
That is a whole nother thing. But we all have guardians as
thing
well.
that not every person has access to.
Right.
So.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
But well, certainly the guardians that I work with. I know people like with the paranormal. I work
Right.
with the guardians. They're not accessible to everyone. I have to actually station them with you to work with you. Does everyone have a guardian or something? Sure, you can access a certain type of guardian, and what they are is they're like bodyguards. They're energetic bodyguards. But the ones that I work with the paranormal, not ever. I know I've had people say, I called on the guardians and they didn't come and I didn't get what I needed. Well, because they don't work that way. You have to be, I am very fortunate. They're like yeah, it's just what I came to do. I
Yeah.
don't know how else to explain that. But
Yeah.
anyway, so did we even answer her question? I don't know. So,
well, yeah, I think we started to. The unemployed part is on the human end.
Yep.
Of it. And I guess part of her question was, what don't we know that we can ask them for?
You can ask them for it.
And you can ask for anything.
Yeah. Doesn't mean you're going to get everything, but you could, there's certain things that, you can ask them for $1 million. $1 million isn't going to come flying out of the sky for you.
Right. You can ask them to fill your space.
Yes.
With love and help you raise your vibration. Yes. They'll do that.
Yes.
You won't even finish asking.
Right.
And they'll do it. But the important part is that the human, on top of asking, we have to be open to allowing. Mm-hmm. Because yes. we can ask all we want, but if we're, shut down and unmovable, yes. they can't move us. Right. In that way.
Nope. So very often, Mari-Lyn and I, when we're asking for something, we just say spirit, and spirit is God, and God is connected to everything, right? So when we say spirit, that's all encompassing. So we just say, spirit, I need your help right now. And whoever, they know our heart, they mm-hmm. know what's going on and who could do the best work for you and all of that. So in my opinion, I just always think, ask spirit for it. And if that happens to be the job an angel's going to do, then an angel's going to come.
Exactly.
Or a guide or a guardian.
Exactly. Well, like you said, they know what's in our heart.
Yes.
They know which vibration we're in the moment.
Yes.
And, one guide might come in and I'm not going to match that vibration. I'm going to brace against it.
Yeah.
An angel might come in and I'm going to melt into it.
Yes. And here's another thing too, as you just said that.
Yeah.
Is when we're so rigid, no, I'm going to call Fred and I'm going to ask Fred for this. And I don't necessarily get that vibration that I wanted. I don't get that feeling that I wanted. I don't get that. It's because I asked him and that's kind of not his area. like an angel, had I said, Spirit, I'm whatever it is, I don't know. Spirit, I really need some help today. I I want to, I had a really rough day yesterday, so I want to lighten myself up. I want to be in a higher vibration, and I just sort of want to float into work and have a really great day, whatever.
Yeah.
Well, that might not be Fred. That, to me, that would be an angel would be more likely to come in and help you with that. But if you
Sure.
just say, I want my guide to do it, just so it's really keep it open to.
It's absolutely keeping it open. And, you know, I made a comment earlier that last couple of days, I put some
Yes.
angels out of work. I unemployed a few. I energetically wasn't able to just be open.
Yes.
And I knew it
What? Because you were humaning?
because I was humaning.
Mhm.
And, you know, I put it off and I put it off. And then I finally went, oh my God, I cannot put this off anymore.
Yes.
So, yeah.
So I guess what comes up for me is this happens a lot with us, is you stop asking for specific entities or spirits or whatever to come in. You just
Mhm.
let it be what it's going to be. You just put it out there for who can help,
Yeah,
who is best for my highest good. How can it, and people like, that's a really human thing to do, is to call on that particular one for help. So many people want to know the names of their guides. They want to know the names of the angels. They want to know what
right.
they look like. They want to know how tall they are. They want to know what size. They want to know all of these. And that's all a distraction. That's a
Mhm.
distraction to keep you from really embracing spirit and just knowing that spirit, in whatever form spirit comes in,
Exactly.
is there to help you. So, and I don't think Peeps is really going that deep into it. She or he just had a really great question, but I'm taking it further than that.
Yeah,
You don't have to
absolutely.
actually say, I'm calling on my angels. We do that sometimes, especially like if we're clearing a home, we'll call on 10,000, a million, whatever. And
Mhm.
there's an infinite number, so you can't call on too many.
No,
You just can't.
you can't. You just can't.
Yeah.
Um, when I'm just sitting with spirit and I welcome in everybody.
Hmm. Yes.
My guides, my guardians, my angels, my everybody,
Yes.
everybody who can come and
All of our
be in.
spirit allies,
Yeah,
come on down.
come be with me, hold space for me, lift me up,
Yes.
carry me through.
So we hope
Hmm.
that in some way answered that question for you, peeps.
I
Peep
hope
66.
so.
Yeah.
And, you know, if it brought up more questions, well, ask.
Ask them. Yes, please ask them. That's what we love doing. We're here to do. And we
Yeah.
like responding here as opposed to in the comments. You can't always say it exactly the way you want to in a comment.
Mm-mm.
Things get lost in interpretation.
Oh boy, do they
As
ever.
we all know, through email or texting, it's like you might take offense to something, or you might something, and the person didn't mean it that way, or they did and you didn't. I've had that happen too. Someone says something and they meant it in a like a ruder way, or they were trying to put me in my place or something like that, and I didn't catch it, and I'm like, and then the next comment or text comes, it's like, oh, I see, you meant you, oh, you were being mean. Okay, sorry, I missed that.
I'm the other way around. And I have done this with you. You have said something with an LOL, and the LOL missed
Cut
me.
you off, right? Yeah,
And
yeah.
I wasn't finding the
The humor.
I wasn't finding the humor. I was not
Sarcasm.
matching the vibration.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Texting is an amazing thing. It has also really hurt our abilities to communicate in some way.
Agreed. It has stifled us
Yes.
more than anything. And I think some people would disagree with that. I think some people will think that texting and technology has really opened up communication. And I disagree.
Not in it depends on what you mean by communication, right? Yes. And it's also
True.
really easy for ghosting to happen, to just not respond. You hear all the time, you see it in movies and so forth, people break up with each other on social media, on texting or whatever, like
right. And right there is kind of proof of my point in my terminology
yes,
of communication.
yes, it's
That
not,
communication piece is that intimate connection.
yes, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really sad how many younger people, especially these days, don't know how to have a more intimate relationship. They don't know. They're all on their phones all the time. They're on their computers, whatever. They don't know how to look you in the face and have a conversation. They don't
Right.
understand just basic courtesy. And I'm not talking about all of them. Certainly not all
No,
of
but generally speaking, I think society has taken multitasking to a
yes.
whole nother level.
Yes. And it's been said that there really is no such thing as you can really only do one thing at a time. You know that you have these other things going, but you really, if I have to answer the phone and write this down and type someone a letter, you really can't do it all at once. It's
No,
not successfully.
not successfully. Not successfully.
Yes.
No.
Yeah.
I think multitasking is what's coming is that multitasking is a good way to leave our bodies.
Oof. Yes. I'll agree with that. Mm-hmm.
And then we just kind of go on like remote control.
Yes. And then you skip from this thing to that thing to the next thing. You kind of go, in my opinion, that's what multitasking
Right.
is, right? You kind of bounce back and forth.
Right.
So really, do any of those things though really get the attention they deserve? I don't think when I do it, I'm not a great multitasker because I can't do that. I have to really do one
Ooh,
thing at a time.
when I was drinking, I could multitask like nobody's business.
You can do anything and drink at the same time. That's multitasking. Yes.
These days, multitasking is not.
And we're such a it brings in that fast culture. Everything is fast.
The
You want it
instant
now.
gratification.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And just you go out, you drive somewhere and I hear way more horns honking and stuff at people than
Yeah.
used to.
Yeah.
Everything is just faster. Everyone wants things. I think that's why that's why it's really important for people to learn how to meditate, to slow down, and whatever type of meditation that is.
Right. It comes in so many different ways.
So many. And even though I don't sit down and do like transcendental, where you just sort of blank out your mind and oh, good God. We all know how hard that is for me. There are moments when I can do that, but that's not it. My channel opens and I've got, and so I give in. But meditation is so good to even Fred's meds. It's they're channeled, they're guided, is what I'm trying to say. You're still giving yourself a break.
Yes.
You're allowing something else to come through your channel, not your ego. Come through your channel and sort of take you away for a while,
Mm-hmm.
like a nice warm bubble bath.
Allowing your brain to reset.
Yes. You don't do
Not
that.
only your brain, excuse me, your brain begins to reset. That allows your body to reset. That
Yes.
allows your spirit to reset.
Yes.
Yeah.
Everything. And to sit, like, how often do we wake up in the morning and reach over and grab our phone? That's a really common thing.
Such a
Yeah.
bad habit.
It's a horrible habit. Yes. And then we see, oh, we have messages. So you kind of scroll through real quick to see if there's anything important or whatever. And then the next thing you know, you've been on there for 20 minutes. And that's the first 20 minutes of your day.
Yeah.
That's a bad first 20 minutes of your day.
Yes. I'm guilty.
I know, me too. I'm going to say, okay, I'm going to challenge myself on this one.
Mm.
I'm going to challenge myself to, now that the baby's here. So when my daughter-in-law was pregnant, I knew I was on
Yes.
toddler duty. I'd be the one to go over and take care of him while she went. That's done. I am going to start putting my phone in the other room when I go to bed. And I can't just reach over and grab it.
Ah.
So I'm going to see how that works for me and see if in the morning, yes.
Yeah. That one I won't do. I have an
Yes.
old,
No, you
I have
can.
an old man for a father.
Yes, you do. There are people that
So
cannot do that.
my phone stays there. However, getting up, picking up my phone doesn't mean I have to look at it.
Right. Yeah.
So I'm going to challenge myself.
Okay.
Whew. I want to be realistic.
Yes.
I am going to go, I'm going to do my best 30 minutes before I look at my phone.
Okay. I'm going to write that down.
30 minutes.
30 minutes.
Now, I will say, if I get a message, I am most likely going to pick it up and see who the message is from.
Okay. Could you put it on silent for 30 minutes?
Ooh.
Because really, even if, let's say,
You're right.
Something happens with your father, he's, if it's an emergency, it's going to be 911, it's going to be a neighbor, something like 30 minutes is not going
You're
to.
right.
Yeah.
You're right. And I can always tell my phone his call comes through regardless.
That's true. Put that on. Yes. Yes, do that. I think
Sorry,
that's a great idea.
Yeah, 30 minutes, phone on silent.
Yeah.
Yes.
Try that.
Okay, doing it.
Okay. And we have to do that when we're in sessions anyway. So we do, but we're doing something.
Right.
But just sitting at home and that's all. Woof. You
just
can
to be
doozy.
present.
Yes.
No phone.
So who else is going to take this challenge? Everyone
Right.
listening, come up with
Yes.
some phone challenge.
Yes.
Then we can talk about it. I
And
think
so
that'd be awesome. And let us know in the comments if you're on YouTube, obviously.
yes.
Let us know what you have decided to try. And we'll try it for a week. We'll try it for a week.
Yes.
We'll talk about it next podcast.
We'll talk about it next week. Yeah. I think I interrupted your challenge. So your challenge.
I don't think so.
Your challenge is going to be?
I'm going to put it I'm going to put my phone in the other room at night when I go to bed. Yes. Okay. And my husband keeps his on. So if one of the kids, if there's something, whatever. Although I like that idea of yours that you can allow certain numbers to come through if they need to come through. Yeah. So that's a great option for those of us who have children. I don't know why. I mean, I have adult children. I don't know. None of them would need me right this second. Other than, when baby was coming, that was different.
And that is different. And what's coming, I don't need to do anything special with my phone because
Mhm.
definitely, I take it out to the living room with me. It's going to be there. If I get a message, if I get something, my phone's going to light up,
That's
even
true.
if I turn it on silent,
That's true. It
you
does.
know? And if there's an emergency,
Yeah.
I'm going to see it.
Yep. True.
And if I don't,
Mhm.
that doesn't change the emergency one bit.
Nope. No, it doesn't.
It has
No.
absolutely zero effect on the emergency.
And let's say it's your family that lives in the Midwest. It's not like you could do something. You know what I mean? Like you're not next door. You're not.
No, if
Yeah.
there's an emergency, it is probably a situation
Mhm.
that there's nothing I can do about it anyway.
Great. Yep. This is a great thing. We all
It
need
is.
this challenge.
And I don't want to sound morbid or cold. But my husband and I went the other night, we walked up to the disc golf course and we just shot 2 holes,
Mhm.
the 2 closest holes to our house. Neither one of us took our phones. And I said, well, if somebody calls and says my dad died, he's still dead. So whether I have my phone or I don't. Now, I want to be very clear. My father is in very good health. He is
Yes.
not ailing. He is not ill. He
No.
is not on the
He's
verge
just
of death.
elderly. He's
He's
just
just a normal
elderly.
man.
But sometimes what gets us through things is that kind of gallows humor.
Yeah.
It just does.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Getting tied to especially our phone
Mhm.
can be so unhealthy.
So it's an addiction. I have
It
found
is an addiction,
myself
absolutely an addiction.
watching TV and a commercial comes instead of just like thinking about the show or what, grab my phone for the minute and a half that, oh my
Yeah.
God, it's like, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Put the effing phone down. Just
Yes.
stop. Like,
Yes.
what is so important that I have to look there? I have to look on social media. Yes. I know it's crazy.
Nothing.
Nothing.
It's
And
a
if nothing's
bypass.
there, you look for something, right? You start
You
scrolling.
look for something.
Yeah.
It's a complete bypass of
Oh boy.
being present with yourself.
Yes. And why is that so horrible? How have we gotten to that point that it's so uncomfortable that our brain needs to be at all times, your brain needs to be functioning. It needs to be, and your ego, not necessarily, that's not, there's a real,
Well, there's no one simple answer.
no.
There really isn't. For some people, we are in so much internal pain that we can't.
Yeah.
I'm saying this is
Right.
not me in the moment. Sometimes we're in so much internal pain with self-loathing,
Yes.
self-disrespect that when there's nothing happening out here, the noise inside is so loud.
The chaos.
The
Our
chaos.
brains get used to chaos. They
Yeah.
have found, I think I've mentioned this before, I'm not sure, but they have found that children are diagnosed with ADHD, but actually what it is too much TV, too many video games, too much. They get those kids up. Doctors who are worth their salt, I might add, tell the parent before we go any further with this, I'd like to see your son or daughter, usually it's a lot more boys are on ADHD, off screens for 2 weeks before we do anything.
Yeah.
And the change in those kids is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
It really is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
We forget to use, I mean, we have, our brains are huge and we don't use that creativity, which comes from the same channel that we talk to spirit in, the
Right.
creativity. But as adults, it's the same way. You and I have seen an uptick in ADHD for adults.
For adults, sure.
The amount of students that have come to us and they're
Yeah.
on ADHD, these adults on
Yeah.
ADHD meds, and it's just a shame. Like, let's stop just taking a pill for everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, honestly, social media is not, it's wonderful it's a curse. Like it's really both. It's an angel
Exactly.
and a demon.
When you get to a point though of making a post and you can't keep your phone out of your hand looking to see who liked it, who commented, who did,
Yes.
who what.
Yes. So,
I've stopped posting because of that reason.
uh,
Not that I'm addictive personality.
oh no, no,
You
no,
know,
no. Uh-uh.
but damn it, it sucks. It's awful.
So that's
And
some of you. That might be a challenge that some of our listeners
it might be.
partake in.
It might be.
If you're like a Facebook poster, Instagram, wherever, post something and then put your phone and do not look again for an hour. Or start, you might baby steps, do a 20-minute, depending on,
Maybe.
how start baby step it.
And it is important to make realistic goals for ourselves when we're trying to
Yes.
change behaviors. Because if you set an hour and 10 minutes goes by and you're going, and there's no way you're going to make that hour,
right?
You're going to beat yourself up.
Yes. And you're going to fail. You're going to feel like 15, a failure because you're going to end up going over and grabbing the phone.
Yeah. Yeah. But if you set 15 minutes, and at 10 minutes, you're going, ooh, okay, 5 more minutes. I can do it. I can do it.
I can do it.
And
I can do it.
It becomes a fun thing.
Yes.
Yourself. Yeah, okay, what can I do for 5 minutes? Even if you sit there and you watch the clock.
Yeah. Which is just miserable. Yeah.
Okay, I just did 15 minutes. You know what? Maybe I can do 20. Maybe I could do 30. Whatever.
Yes.
But small steps and increasing that.
Yes. And then I think what I'd like to see, so do the phone challenge. Everyone pick something that you can do where you actually have to put your phone down and think about those times when it's really intrusive. If you don't typically pick your phone up during the day, don't challenge yourself to not pick up your phone during the day. And that when that it's going to be the easiest.
Dinner time.
Oh, dinner time. Yes. Yes. Or, hey, when you've talked about this on the podcast, you and your husband go to the grocery store and he's asked you to put your phone down, right? That's another great. Yeah.
He did.
So when you're with your significant other, if it's something like that, and I can totally see, wait, we just want to run to the grocery store for 20 minutes. You're on your phone. And so then it ends up being 40 minutes or whatever. Like, I just want to go grocery. I just want to get home with this stuff.
And you don't even get everything you need because you're too busy.
Yes. Multitasking.
Gone. I can tell you, when my husband asked me that, oh, I was not happy.
Yeah.
It was hard.
Yes.
I was.
Yeah.
When I was first getting used to it, I would sneak my phone. I'd like lag behind or I'd go forward to be looking at something. I'd sneak my phone. Anybody message me?
Yes. It's an addiction.
Now
it's not being present. Like, why can we not just be happy with being present? Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, no, now I can leave my house without my phone.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually do that. As you know, when my husband and we go for walks every day, we do a walk together. It's sort of our connection time.
Yeah.
And we leave our phones. And it just is what it is. Once in a while, one of us will have it with us because we're waiting for something important or whatever.
Sure.
But that also tells your significant other that you care about them more than you care about some whatever it is.
Yeah.
Yes, we actually, okay. You and I have already, to a certain extent, done part of this. We post a video. So our videos on our other channel come out on Friday nights. Our podcast, like right now, comes out on Tuesdays. We used to, you constantly check, has anyone watched? Has anyone blah, 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 blah. And we don't do that anymore. We give ourselves, it's like, nope, we need to wait.
Yeah.
It's just, it's not that we don't love everyone. It's not that we don't want everyone to watch, but it becomes all consuming and
All consuming.
we lose track of, wait a minute. I have a life here. I need to be
Yeah.
present in my life. What we do here is a portion of our life. It's what we love doing, and it's part of our career.
Mm-hmm.
But that's really, if our podcast went away tomorrow, it would be sad, but that's not going to take us out of life.
Exactly.
It's just not. Something happening to our significant other is a whole different story.
Ooh, yeah.
That's the piece that we need to make sure to be present with that part of
Yes.
life.
Yes. You're
Yeah.
exactly right.
So yeah.
Yeah. And that all-consuming piece.
Yeah.
Where in life are we being all consumed where we shouldn't be?
Yes.
Is it our phone? Is it the TV?
Mhm.
Is it drinking? Is it drugs?
Yep.
Is it exercise?
Yeah.
Is it shopping?
Mhm. Online for some people.
Online? Mm.
Yes. Well, I can tell you that now I have no issue people smoking weed. I don't. So I don't want to, I don't
Excuse
want
me.
anyone getting mad at me thinking that I'm blah, 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 because I don't. Unless you have an addiction. That's different. Same thing with drinking alcohol. That's your thing. Okay. Whatever. But every time, so we live in a state where it's legal. I think it's legal most places now, but certainly in Oregon, it's completely, you
Yeah.
cannot go outside without smelling it from someone somewhere smoking it. And I just think this is either a bunch of different people or one of our neighbors is smoking a lot, and I'm sorry for that because it really does
Yeah.
take you out of being present. It takes you out of the here and now.
Yeah.
I had a client once, not long ago, and beautiful girl. She was already a practitioner. She came to me to sort of step up her to level up. I don't know what to call it. She came in for a tune up and whatever. So she has real physical pain. And I can't pronounce the thing that she has because but it's one of the few disorders or diseases, I'm not sure which, that they will actually um, prescribe fentanyl for. That's how bad the pain is.
Dang. Yeah.
She chooses not to do the fentanyl. She has learned through energy healing, through working with her own energy. Is she still in pain? Yes. However, she wants to be present. She wants to live her life. So she chooses not to do the fentanyl. I think that's amazing. I was in awe.
I think it's
Awe
absolutely beautiful.
inspiring. That,
I don't know that I would be that strong.
right? Right?
Seriously. Yeah.
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 And the reason I bring that up is because I know a lot of people use smoking weed as for pain
For
management,
pain. Mm-hmm.
and I get that. And at the same time, I would encourage you all to take parts of your day and not be high, and learn to because energy healing, I'm telling you, learning how to do that for yourself, you can move the vibration out of the pain. You're still going to feel something, but to be present in your life.
Yeah.
I understand like needing to sleep. I mean, there are times when it's
Oh,
like, I
absolutely.
get it. I get it.
Yeah.
But
When it becomes acute, it
yes.
just, for some reason, it levels up.
Yeah. Yeah.
And part of that too is creating relationship with yourself,
Yes.
with your physical body,
Mhm.
which is hard.
Yeah.
It is hard. It's a hard relationship to become comfortable thinking about.
Right.
But it's really important, and it can make such a difference.
And it's weird talking to your Deva. Let's just face it.
It is.
It's getting used to, I do it all the time now, so it's, not as well, not as much as I should. I was just reminded. But
I don't do it as much as I should.
yeah. I remember
preach
the
it a
first
lot.
time I heard to do that, and I looked at her like she had three heads. I was like, yeah, okay, gotcha. But then as you go along, you learn more about spirit, and hello, we're a spiritual being. This Deva that we're in is just the vehicle. It is a separate entity than our soul.
Yes.
They're
Yes, it is.
So there is a relationship there that needs to be built between your soul and your body. So anyway, I can't wait to hear. Please let us know what you're challenging yourself to do just for a week. And then we'll see how much farther that will go. Yeah.
Well, I would like to think that I could create a new habit of not looking when I first wake up.
Isn't there something about 10 days or something like that to create a new habit?
You know, I just read something about creating a habit. Some people can create a habit in, they may have said 10 or 11 days. Other people
much longer.
Other people, it can take upwards of a year.
I would say you got some healing to do. If it's going to take you, there's some blocks in there. There's something going on that we can help you with. Not just, obviously, Mari-Lyn and I, but I'm talking about just any energy healers or any whatever.
Right, right. So, maybe I don't need to silence my phone for that first 30 minutes. I just leave it in the bedroom.
Oh, yeah.
That would be even better.
Yeah. Oh my God, there's something different about that. Right?
Yeah.
There's something really, like, I can still hear it. Or I can walk away from it, but actually silencing it. There's a big difference in those two things. Maybe that's a great place to start, is walking away from it for 30 minutes.
Yes.
So, and then maybe the next step would be silencing it.
What was coming was I'm setting myself up for either punishment or failure.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because you pick up the phone and you unplug it and the screen brightens up.
Yes.
I have facial ID, so it's going to see my face and I'm going to see, I have no emails. Nobody messaged. But if I just leave it.
Oh, it's just Pam texting. Put it away.
I just leave it.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever done that.
Just
I don't think I've ever done that.
This is her.
Yeah. I changed my challenge.
Okay.
It stays in the bedroom.
Yep. Okay. Mine's gonna stay it'll probably stay in here in my office. Yeah, because that's the first thing I want to do is reach for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's just not good. And we have a clock in the bedroom. So that lights up. When those really old, if you were to see this clock radio, do you remember clock radios? Of course you
got one.
Yes. And it's an old, like, I should show a picture of it sometime, because if anyone recognizes it, you're old as dirt, because you're right up there aged with us, because it is, one of those old ones. Anyway, because that's part of it, right? Oh, I want to see the time. Well, do you really need to? Yes, in the morning.
Oh man, I got clocks all over my house.
Oh, yes.
You've been at my house. You know how many clocks. Yes. I've got clocks everywhere.
You have a big grandfather clock too.
I do.
You've got,
and then I got a great big huge monstrous clock on the wall in the dining room. Yep. I've got yes. There is no reason I should not know the time.
No, right.
Although there are times where there are no two clocks in the house that have the same time.
Isn't that frustrating?
That doesn't happen very often, but it will happen.
It drives me nuts when it's So the stove has a clock, and then the microwave, that the fan microwave thing is above it, and they'll be at different times.
A
Oh
different
my
time,
God,
yes.
it drives me insane. I have to make that work. So it
It has to be the same.
has to be the same. That will
Yep.
drive me
And
nuts.
the coffee maker the time has to
Yes.
match. It all has to match. It's like, oh my God, no.
And then my clock in the car is blinking now because something happened with whatever. And
Ooh, I'm so sorry.
I know. So I put something over it.
Well, that's what I would do. Yeah, absolutely.
Yes. So,
Yeah.
because cars now, they're all computers and something glitches or something, and then you get some weird, and
Yep.
I just don't have it in me to go have that fixed. So I just use my phone. I just put something over it. But that reminds me of a funny story. So my husband, when he had first started, he's been at the same job for 35 years, which is an odd thing for someone these days. But anyway, when he first started, his assistant, I think they actually called them secretaries back there. I don't know if they still call them secretaries or not. I don't think so.
I don't know. Wouldn't surprise me if they don't.
Yeah. Somebody somewhere was offended by that or something. But she, at some point, she retired. A few years, it wasn't long after he started that she retired, but they had become, friends. She was like a grandma. And she and her husband would call Mike for different things to help with something in the house, whatever. And one of them was they had, remember, VHS recorders?
Yeah.
And the light would blink, and they didn't know how to, because they were of that age, they didn't know, it was so new. And so he would go over and reset their clock, and then something would happen and they would call him again. Can you come over and reset the clock again? But that's totally, and I wonder, what is that going to be for me when I get to that point? How many years from now will that be the same thing for me? I'm calling my kids with the equivalent of the VCR light blinking.
Right. Ew, that's a scary thought. Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
But it'll happen, because that's what we're all, I hope I can laugh at it. I just want to be able to laugh at it. I really do. I want to be able to laugh at myself, that I'm of that age that I don't get it, and I can, which, as you know, I've told you that part of, I think, why I married my husband, and then we had the 2 sons that we do, because they laugh at themselves. So they're so good. And I could never do that. Life was way too serious.
I understand that part. Way too serious.
Yeah. Woo. And they taught me how to laugh at myself. Yeah. So anyway, that'll be nice. So
that life is too serious, or taking life too serious, is a whole podcast on its own.
Yes, I'm going to write that down.
Yeah. Good.
Because yeah. Yes. So how did we get on this? So we started this podcast. We didn't have a topic, really. I mean, we actually had one on the back burner, which will come another time. But we just answered that one question about unemployed angels. Next thing you know, we're going on about social media and this phone challenge. Yep. And I do want to say, maybe it's not your phone that you need to challenge yourself with. Is it some other type of media? Right. Is it some other kind of screen? There's always a screen involved, right? Always. We couldn't not do the screen thing, because how would we do these? But exactly. But my laptop is not a problem, because I only use it when we are Zooming or with clients. So that's true. Mine is my phone. It is absolutely my phone. I would like to announce something, introduce something. I don't know which word that is. Well, it's really you, but something you might be doing with Trevor. Do you want to talk about that? Ooh. Yes, because I think it's super exciting. Yeah. And Trevor and I have I brought it up and he said yes, and we haven't really talked about it yet. I've got all the kinks worked out, but we are going to get together, and we're going to do a
probably a pick a card reading.
Yes. He is a
Trevor
very
is
good reader.
an amazing reader. He will put me to shame. And I am okay with that. I have come to terms with
Yep.
shame
Yes.
and how to deal with it. And I will brush it right off because
Yep.
I am not a reader. And he
In
is.
that way of you think of a reader. You're right.
Yes.
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 Yes. He is.
He is.
Oh,
And yeah,
yeah.
I think it's going to be
Yes.
a lot of fun.
Mm.
When we do it, I really hope everybody supports us and
Yes.
lets us know how much you love it. Please let us
Yeah.
know right here.
Yes.
If this is something that you're looking forward to. And
I'm going to
if
say
it's
this
not too bad, we're going to do it anyway.
Yes. And I'm going to say this right now. We have his price is really inexpensive right now because we're sort of, he's new to our, so we sort of, every time we bring someone on new, we sort of have an introductory price or whatever. And
Yes.
so I don't want anyone to think, oh, he's only that price, he must not be very good. That is not even.
Oh, no.
We would not, you all know how we think about readers. We've talked about it a lot. Tarot readers, whatever. There's I would say 90% of them suck. They're just bad. They're just it's not, but you get those ones that can channel, and the cards are really kind of for the person getting the reading more than like, oh, anyway. That's not a reflection on because he's really good. We ask him questions. We'll throw questions at him once in a while.
Yeah.
And man, the responses that come back blow my mind. And he does those beautiful hybrid ones too.
Where he does
healing.
a healing and reading. You're talking and he starts getting messaging and giving you answers, and then all of a sudden you're in this healing. And
yes.
What?
Yes. Whoa. Yes.
Yeah.
Very good. Yes. And I feel like I need to say this, and I probably don't, but it's just me being whatever, getting uncomfortable. Nan is still on there Nan is amazing channel. She doesn't use cards.
Nan's channel is wow.
Yeah. Just wow.
And I really want to start talking about our other practitioners more often, because people are so used to it just being you and me.
Yes.
And out of sight and out of mind. And they're not on here very often, but Nan's channel is like,
hello. The things that come out of her, it's not like a yes or no thing. You don't go to her and say, should I do this? Shouldn't I do this? It's not that kind of.
Oh no.
Thing. It's inspirational.
It's like you're having a conversation with her.
Yes.
But partly because some of the verbiage that comes out of her mouth is not Nan, but it is like having a conversation with her, and it just flows through her so seamlessly.
Yes. Yeah. When I'm teaching someone how to channel, I will often say, I need to introduce you to Nan. I want you to just the way Mari-Lyn and I are both channels, but it's everyone channels a little differently. The way she does it is really, and it's inspirational.
Oh yeah.
And I get pissed at her because I want to know this one thing, and Spirit comes in with this beautiful messaging around, because I overthink things, and Spirit knows that. And I want to know the why, or I want to know and she'll come with this messaging that is so beautiful that I'm in tears and I'm mad.
Been there.
It's like, Spirit, I want you to give me the answer. And I have to find my own answer.
So often that is the case. I'm being reminded of one of the readings that she gave me, and I was looking for guidance on where to go in my career.
Mhm.
And she came back with, what do you want to do?
Yes.
And I'm
That's
like,
the kind of answer I
I
go,
don't know.
God
That's
damn
why
it.
I'm asking. And I thought it was Nan asking me the question, well, what do you want to do? And I said, I don't know. That's why I'm asking you to give me this reading. And she says, no, this is what I'm channeling.
Yes.
What do you want to do? And
Mediums
then
is asking. Mhm.
went on to give me this beautiful reading of, how capable I am, and I'm such a warrior, and I can do whatever I put my mind to, and blah, 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 blah,
Yes,
blah. And I'm
yes,
like, this
yes.
is not what I want to hear.
But it's exactly what you need to hear.
Exactly what I needed to hear.
That's
Yeah.
sort of that dichotomy of it.
Absolutely.
I want this, but I need this, and I'm getting exactly what I need.
Yeah, she's, oh my gosh.
Oh, phenomenal.
Yeah.
Yes.
So anybody wants a reading,
Yes.
we got two great
Yes.
readers.
And I'm looking forward to Trevor and doing those. And I don't know if it'll always be, we don't know yet. We haven't really fleshed it out yet. Will it always be the two of you? Will it just end up being him? We don't know yet.
They don't know yet.
We kind of know, but he doesn't know yet. So about all of it. So
No, I think it's just going to be a fabulous addition
yes.
to what we already do on
Yes.
here.
Yeah. And yeah, I'm gonna keep that one to myself. We have some beautiful, beautiful people we have great practitioners.
We do.
Yes. And not every practitioner, not every student becomes a TCS practitioner.
Correct. They do not.
Do not. But the ones who do, we, let's just say not everyone is given that chance. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever had to turn someone down who's asked. I think there's just a mutual knowing that my next step is TCS.
I don't think you've ever had to turn anybody down.
They either just know that it's not for them or it is. And we just sort of go from there.
Yeah.
So I guess and both Mari-Lyn and I train everyone. So there isn't anyone on that. You're not going to go, everyone is different, but you're not going to get some big different philosophy they've all been taught by Fred.
Right.
We all have the same philosophy, the same belief systems for the most part, that whole, so yeah, so there's real continuity, which is always what we wanted with TCS. We want that continuity because we have people who have not been students. Those ones I will say, yes, I've turned them down. People who are not students, who are practitioners, they've been practitioners for years and they want to just come work for TCS. And unless you go through Fred's teachings, it's just a no. Because of that continuity. We want everyone, when you come to TCS, you're getting an extension of Pam and Mari-Lyn, which is an extension of Fred.
Right.
We all have that beautiful, it's the same philosophy.
It is.
And that's what we like. I don't want, because we can, I would assume everyone's done this, but I don't know. But there are shops here in Portland that have different practitioners, and they're all so different. Like, you're not going to there's no continuity at all, because they've all learned from different places and different things, and they charge different, and they, everything is just different.
Right. Which is fine, because the world is made of so many different, everything
we just chose
is
to do
different. And but we are different, and
yes, we are. TCS is very different.
We diversify as much as spirit tells us to.
I like that. See, I have to have pen and paper here, because you say some of the best things. Diversify as much as
spirit tells us to.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
And, if my channel could be open like it is in that moment for, long periods, then maybe I'd be able to channel like Nan, but
it's just different.
it is different.
It's a very different thing. We
It
just
is.
had we just had a consultation with someone today.
Mhm.
It's usually just one or the other. Sometimes it's both of us, whatever. Anyway, forgot. Oh, and we asked him what drew you to TCS or what was that? And it's because he wants to expand. He wants to, and it's like, great answer.
It was like,
Yeah.
I don't know. It was
The way
like
he said it,
you
and
could
that
hear
I
an
was
angel
paraphrasing.
singing.
Yes.
It
Yeah.
was like, oh my
Yes.
gosh.
Yes.
I think he gets this. He's
Yes.
understanding the message that we're sending, and he wants more.
Yes. And he has gone to a world-renowned school.
Yeah.
But they were, for him, too rigid.
Mm-hmm.
Too rigid. And we're, to say the least, not.
No.
Not in our teaching. Anyway.
Yeah.
So yeah, look forward to Trevor, and please, if you when he comes on and he and Mari-Lyn do something, and again, we don't know exactly what it's going to look like, but please give him all the love that we know you guys have for TCS, and show him that love, and because he's really awesome, and then not to whatever, but his prices will be going up, but we just want
they will
on there. It's just sort of an introductory thing.
I want to take advantage while you can.
Yes. Because and he's worth a lot more.
Yeah.
But anyway, you'll find out.
Yeah.
And I hope you love the readings. I'm sure you will.
I'm sure.
Yes. And then you guys will they might even come out different a few times as you sort of work through, as he sort of works through, how do I do this? Because it's different, a one-on-one reading, than it is doing it sort of for the collective, and it's just very different.
Yeah.
It's a different messaging comes through. But anyway,
Mm-hmm.
oh, that sun got bright all of a sudden in front of me.
I can see it reflecting outside.
So please, everyone, like, subscribe, share with a friend, tell people about us.
Yes, please.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Can read all about all of the practitioners on the website at tcseverydaypsychics.com and fill out the contact us form. If you want to book a reading with Trevor or any of the services, that's how you reach out, is through the contact us form.
Thank you so much for today. This went in a direction I didn't expect. Don't forget about instead of phone challenge, media challenge.
The media challenge. Good way to put it. Yeah.
And let us know what you're going to do. And we'll all do this together.
Yep.
We've done this before, and we did, I can't remember what it was, but remember we challenged people before?
I do remember that we did that. I don't remember what it was. Not at all. But my phone challenge, it will start tomorrow, or it will be my phone.
Mine will be tonight.
Yep. We got this.
Yes. Thank you, everyone.
All right. Thank you. Take care.
Yes. See you next week.
Yeah.
Bye.